Maryhill, home to Partick Thistle Football Club, the headquarters of Scotland's favourite TV detective,
There's been a murder.
and Glasgow's best ice cream. Cheers! Maryhill is bounded by Ruckhill, Milton, Summerston and Possil to the north, and the more affluent Kelvindale and Kelvinside to the west. However, new housing and ambitious regeneration projects, both on water and dry land, are changing the area's landscape, helping bridge the deprivation gap. How has the Maryhill, Kelvin and Canal area changed, Anne, and what can we look forward to?
Well, there have been massive changes, I think, in terms of just the way Maryhill looks over the last few years. And we're here at the canal where very old and decrepit houses have been knocked down and new houses are starting to be rebuilt. But we've also got a new shopping centre on its way, which should be completed by the end of this year. We've got a new leisure centre and swimming pool, which again should open later this year. The new Ruckhill golf course opened in the spring, and we've also got a new sports centre at the John Paul Academy in Summerston. So I think people are noticing a real physical change in the area and continuing change.
Maryhill-based sculptor Andy Scott is best known for his iconic iron horse sculptures, but his new project promises to have an even bigger wow factor.
The Big Man Bridge is a project I've been working with for the past 3 years, I think, and it's designed for a footbridge which is going to cross the canal not far from my workshop here at Stockenfield Junction. And the idea is that we're going to link the three sides of the canal with a very, very unusual three-legged bridge. The structure you see over my shoulder is one of the scale models of the bridge. The Big Man would be about 32 metres, which is going on for about 120 feet, 110 feet tall, which is a very, very big piece of sculpture. Obviously, you'll be able to see it for a long way off, and I think it'll just be absolutely fantastic for this corner of Glasgow and the area of Maryhill, because it will really become a draw for the area, as well as, importantly, linking the areas, the communities around the canal, and opening up access for walkers, cyclists and all the other people who are now using the canal for leisure purposes.
Maryhill is an area with a rich historic and cultural legacy. Nestled in the corner of Maryhill Road and Garscube Road is one of Glasgow's hidden gems. Built between 1897 and 1899, Queen's Cross is the only church completed by celebrated Glasgow architect Charles Rennie Mackintosh.
It's a phenomenal building. Mackintosh has encompassed a lot of influences in the building, very much elements of the Gothic revival that was going on. He's brought in influences from Japan. He's brought in sort of pre-Reformation English elements in the building. So it's a very unique church. I've had visitors from Japan and Germany who have been in tears when they come in, as though they've just connected. And I think there is a beautiful simplicity within the church where you actually feel at peace, you feel very at ease, and I think it's like an oasis in Maryhill. It's a tranquil zone where you can just come in and feel very comfortable.
One of Glasgow's most historic buildings is also set to reopen after an incredible £9.2 million was raised by the community. Once restored, the new Maryhill Borough Halls will feature a modern public hall, cafes, offices, a recording studio and courtyard garden.
The whole strategy for the development of the Borough Halls project here is really focused on providing accommodation for local people, for the local community, but balancing that with providing accommodation that will provide a long-term income from the project. For Glasgow, we're going to have a really dynamic building that's a combination of very careful historic building restoration with dynamic new buildings added on with black polished granite, glass, steel and timber, and the careful combination of these different pieces of design is really going to give a group of buildings with quite a wow factor.
It has featured in films including Trainspotting and Carla's Song, and Billy Connolly and Robert Carlyle are among the customers who have enjoyed Caffè di Giaconelli's award-winning ice cream. Established in 1924 by Italian immigrant Santi Giaconelli, the cafe's retro charm and honest-to-goodness menu has outlived fads and fashions to become a firm favourite with locals and movie stars alike.
CNN phoned up one day and said, "Hi, we're calling from America. Do you do a dessert called the Big One?" And I was like, "Uh-huh." Says, "Can we come and film you making it?" I was like, "Ah, sure, no problem." So they came and up popped Billy Connolly CNN crew and Billy came in. Crowd, I seen the crowd at the shop, it was unbelievable. They sat in, Mario, Jack and Ellie came down, and they all had a big ice cream and talked about the old days.
While the area has undergone massive redevelopment, more work needs to be done to bridge the deprivation gap in areas such as Possil and Saracen. However, one group is working hard to build a future for the area's youngsters, despite facing major funding challenges.
We provide 13 sessions a week for children and young people aged 5 to 18, and within those different programmes, we have a variety of programmes that range from sport, team games, health and wellbeing activity, environmental projects, healthy eating. The main aim is basically to create a safe environment for young people who don't necessarily have anywhere else to go or engage in,
I wouldn't have actually done this because I used to be dead frightened of it, but since I came here and I've been to other places, I thought it was dead interesting. It built my confidence, and I've met actually some good pals at it, so yeah, it's been quite enjoyable.